Good afternoon. It is always a pleasure to speak to the great people of Wisconsin and Green Bay. Always a great honor to be here today. And today I'd like to focus on something that's been a topic, been a big issue of mine lately, and that's restoring the American dream. When I was growing up, we had a we had a president by the name of Ronald Reagan. In his 8 years in the White House, Reagan brought back a sense of patriotism in our nation, a sense of pride. This country needed that very badly. The nation at the time had high unemployment, high gas prices, the Iranian hostage crisis. Does all this sound familiar? We're seeing a lot of those same things happening in our nation today. What our nation needs is another Ronald Reagan. During the last year, many people have called me a 2000s version of Ronald Reagan. While I'm flattered by the comparison, and President Reagan and I share many of the same beliefs, there is only one Ronald Reagan. President Reagan often talked about patriotism. He felt it was important, as well as I do. A rebirth for our nation's patriotism starts in our schools. It starts in our schools. Our schools must return the pledge and prayer to the classrooms. By doing this, we lay the groundwork to restore patriotism to our nation. When I was in high school, I had a government teacher who instilled a sense of patriotism to our class, to our school. He taught you to believe in your government. And while he was from a different party, he never tried to push his agenda on his students. Our nation needs more Bill Hickeys. We must elect leaders who do not endorse or support critical race theory. We must elect leaders that are against the liberal, progressive agenda of the Democratic Party. You know, one of my favorite TV shows is West Wing. Remember that show? Martin Sheen as president. The Democratic Party of President Bartlett is nothing like the Democratic Party of today. Today's party is endorsing a far left wing agenda, something this nation does not need. When it comes to government spending, the Democrats want more government and entitlements. I'm for less government and an end to social welfare. During the past 2 years, our nation has experienced a pandemic not seen in many years. In fact, since the Spanish flu. Many government assistance programs were put in place. They needed to be there. But now, our nation is seeing decreasing number of infections from COVID. It's time for us to get back to work and return to normal. Just the other day, I stopped by a local restaurant back home in Texas. As I went to open the door was locked. A sign simply said, closed for 1 hour due to staffing shortage. My friends, there are 10.2 million jobs available in this nation. 10.2 million jobs available. It's time for us to go back to work. Our schools are rebounding from the pandemic still. The latest information, the latest data that's available shows a drop in scores in benchmark tests. We learned that during the pandemic, that remote learning, while valuable in the early days of the pandemic, it does not have a place in today's classroom. The polarization we are seeing in our nation because of the pandemic must stop. We must learn to respect each other once again and each other's opinion. We have become so divided in these last 2 years. Hatred has increased across our country. It's time for this to stop. My friends, in our nation's 245-year history, we've accomplished great things during a national crisis. Mankind's greatest achievement was accomplished during the Vietnam War, the moon landing. We can once again achieve great goals during a pandemic only if we come together as one. Let's start respecting one another again. Let's reach out to our brothers and sisters and shake their hands. Let's once again become the nation that President Reagan talked about so often, that shining city on a hill. In Matthew 5, verse 14, Matthew says, "You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden." My friends, in the word of Scripture, let us become what Matthew called the city on the hilltop that cannot be hidden. May God bless you. May God bless our troops. And may God bless the United States of America. Thank you all very much.